Welcome back to Satisfactory, guys, and today's episode, it's the Motor Factory. Yes, the one you've all been waiting for. And we're going to have to sort some more power out, and who knows what else we'll get up to, so let's get going. I just love driving around in this dune buggy. The thing just has so much speed, and you can actually carry stuff, and you get there dead quick. I found a nice spot for the Motor Factory, just to the left of the Steel Factory, kind of, still in view of the main base. It's going to have to be big, way up in the air, because I want to get way above the trees. Here we have the home for the new Motor Factory. It's got everything we need. All the iron we could eat, and it's actually got coal. Well, kind of. What I'm going to do is I'm going to split the coal that we sent to the Steel Factory in two. I'll upgrade that, probably overclock it, and we've got to find a copper node from somewhere. I'm pretty sure there's one just ahead of us. It may be a few hundred meters away, but we'll get there. So let's start with the mining. Right, there's the mine sorted. Next, let's get the foundations for the factory. We're going straight up here. This is Empire State Building, straight up. Well, not quite. Yeah, the reason I'm going so high is I'm thinking I might at some point stick a train station under here, because who knows where the main base is going to be. I may end up moving it at some point. I don't know yet. I haven't really decided. But just to be on the safe side, let's build all the factories high. And I think I'm happy with that. Should be high enough, well past the trees, and we should be able to get a train station under here now. So let's speed it up. So the walls are up, we've got some floors, let's get the hypertube sorted. Eventually we're going to run out of parts, we'll get back to base dead quicker this way instead of like driving back all the time. So what I'm thinking of, we'll build some sort of little way station, a 3x3 square like we've done before. We'll split it off so you can go like right to the miner, behind us to the steel mill, or straight ahead. In this case it's going to be the motor factory. That's my plan anyway. Thinking ahead, I could actually do a one to the left as well, because at some point we're going to have to rebuild the rotor factory. It's on my list to do. At some point I'll get there. Plus, that would make the journey slightly quicker than going all the way around the steel mill like we're going to have to do at the moment. But for now, we're going to have to live with the extra long journey. Let's put a few walls down, then we can line the hypertube up so it's perfectly in line. OCD happy? Yes, I am. And the benefit of this is that it'll come right down to the floor, and then we won't have to keep running up and down the stairs, because we don't need the fitness points or the steps, really, do we? That's not right. That's definitely the wrong way around. I put the entrance the wrong way around, I think. Let's try this again. There we go. Totally nailed it that time, and look how level that is. Oh, that looks brilliant. I'm smiling from ear to ear. Okay, now they're all deleted. What do we need? We need an entrance and we need some power. Let's give it a test drive. Whee! Okay, I'm happy with that. That one works. Right, let's try and sort out the next one. Oh, this is going to take a bit more effort, isn't it? There we go. I'm really happy with that. A little bit of effort there. So we can go to the mine, we can go all the way back home and come back again, I guess. Right. Extend the foundations and we better start laying some machines down if we want to build some motors here. There's the walls and the floors done. So let's get downstairs and we'll put the lifts down to get the ore up to the first floor. How many we're going to need? Ooh, we're going to need a coal, a copper, and I don't know. 1, 2, maybe 3 iron. Could I get away with 1, do you think? I don't know yet. Maybe. Oh, I'm a right numpty I am. I forgot to put the belts down so the lifts are facing the wrong direction. Let's quickly go upstairs, sort that out. Oh. That's definitely not a belt. Pick another one, you fool. It's the little things you just don't do and it just adds up in time. So a build that would take an hour just ends up taking 8. I know I'm slightly exaggerating, but it feels like it sometimes. Now all 3 lifts are facing the right direction. Yay, good job me. Let's stick the poles down. From the miners we'll get the ore upstairs and we'll try and figure out the machines, I think, next. Okay, hopefully I wired that up right. There's a strong possibility I haven't, but we'll go with it for now, won't we? And on this floor we need 8 smelters for the iron ingots. I think. Is that right? Yeah, it is. So they're all wired up now. Let's get the belts sorted next. We'll delete these and wow, look at the view. Doesn't that look cool with the glass floor? I'm quite happy with this design. Even though I've wired it up for 6 belts, I'm having a quandary. I could actually run it with 4. It's the iron ore belts. Do I mix them up or just keep them separate? Then I could overclock, which will be good for future-proof and stuff, wouldn't it? So we're back to the usual design. Stick the splitters down, put the lift on and join everything up. It's set in stone, this design now. I don't think I'll ever go back to anything else. Right, I hope I'm not going to regret this. I've gone away from what I normally do. I normally just have one lot of things on one floor, doesn't matter what it is. This time I put 2 lots of smelters on the one floor. I know it should be easy to do, but I just worry about upgrading in the future. One lot of smelters is for the rotors. The other lot of smelters is for the stators. That's me thinking. Oh, I hope I don't regret this. The way I like to play the game is I build a factory when I'm in need of it, and now I'm kind of in need of mortars. I kind of have been building them by hand-ish. I had a factory set up inside the storage area, so in future, probably bombs and bullets. Yeah, I'm thinking it would be nicer just to shoot things and blow them up rather than have to keep swiping with this sword. So I'm thinking that may be my next factory to do. Right, we're on the second floor at last. Let's stick the door in. The right way would be good. Where am I at? I've lost my train of thought here, guys. Stick the windows on, then we'll start with the machines and all the rest of the layout. So, Mr. Bond, what are we going to do on this level? No more accents. I do apologise. Stop it right now. Right, we need to make steel, so let's put some foundries down. I'm undecided whether to actually build the steel pipes on this level as well. I'm in the mood for consolidating, making the factory a little bit smaller, but the only problem when you do that is it kind of makes it more complicated and things can go wrong. I've seen it before. Ooh, I'm undecided here. Right, I kind of went back to base and got sidetracked for about 2 hours. So I've just come back to the factory. This should be finished by now, but I've started looking at the lights. I'm thinking, ooh, do I want lights in this factory? And I'm thinking the answer is yes. I haven't really messed about with them much, so this is going to be a learning experience for me. Yeah, in the main base itself, I put like a big floodlight down, one of these, and I've tried the roof lights. The beam is really narrow. It's just virtually straight down, so it doesn't really brighten it up much. I think you'd virtually have to cover the entire ceiling with these things just to get some light out of them. And I was thinking, I'll put these floodlights down, leave a gap of like 1 square, then put another one. So the beam, hopefully, there'll be a wide enough spread of the light. That's me hope anyway. Let's see how it turns out. So to make the control panel work, you've got to have one line into it, then one line out of it going to the lights. I guess I'd keep it on a separate network. Do you think I'm a qualified electrician after I've done this? I mean, it is pretty much you wiring up a factory with lights. Yeah, I can put it on my CV. So that's the line sort of going to the lights. So let's put a little outlet down, probably on this little, just above it, and we'll wire that straight to the mains. You can also get power switches. I kind of messed about with them again. I love messing about with new things. The main reason I thought if you run out of power, you could just switch off an entire factory at once, and I really like that idea. What about even a power station? So you could just like go to that little power station, then flip a switch, and it switches certain factories off. I mean, ooh, does that sound good or what? That sounds like a video in itself. I think that's this floor wired up now. I've got it on nighttime only mode, so when it gets dark, the lights come on. Well, you don't want the lights on in the daytime, do you? It's wasting electricity. So now I'll have to put one line going up to the next floor as a power wire and one line going up as a lights wire. Ooh, the wiring in this factory is getting a bit more complicated, isn't it? The only annoying thing I've found so far with the lights is when you add new ones to the system, you've got to run straight back to the control panel, which in my case is right at the bottom of the factory every time, and switch the night light off and on again. Otherwise, the lights are on permanently. Really annoying, actually. So I think I kind of need to focus a little bit here. I've messed about with lights for about an hour, messed about in the base for 2 hours, and I'm still on with this floor that's doing the steel. Let's get on with it. Oh god, I'm terrible at focusing on tasks. Well, at last that's that floor finished. It's only took me 4 hours. Yeah, I was really motoring on that one. Let's get the next floor built. I did also put the steel pipe machines down on this floor. I'm still not sure if that's a good idea. I'm going to go with it for now. Otherwise, I'm seeing me rebuilding this factory at some point. And on the third floor we have amazing panoramic views of the ocean and the steel factory. What more could you want in a house? I'm not an estate agent, am I? Please don't buy this property. Okay, let's throw some doors, walls, power and all that good stuff up, and we'll get sorted on what we're going to build next. And now for your building pleasure, we're building steel wires? No, we're not, you fool, we're building copper wires. Who hired this guy? Yes, ignore the previous numpty. We are in fact building copper wires. For definite. Right guys, we are really motoring now. Look at this base, it's flying up. But now I've had a wild and crazy idea. Are you ready for this? I might put the assemblers on this floor. I know I'm going to blow your mind with that. Normally everything is on its own floor. I don't know why today. I'm just thinking I'm going to build it slightly different. But after I've done this, I'm probably going to totally regret it, like I've said before, and rebuild it. But for today, let's go for it. Let's be wild, bold and adventurous. So after all the wackiness, if you've lost track, because I think I've lost track, I've definitely lost the plot today. This is for the rotors. Normally, I build these right at the top. You build all the subparts, then send them higher and higher and higher. So it could make it a bit more complicated building the rotors and eventually the motors. I hope not. We'll see how it goes. And just like that, the starter factory, it's done! Yay! Well, I guess we're halfway there now. We need to make the rotors and then the motors. When I say it like that, there's still an awful lot to do. Boo! As I'm daydreaming, the higher up I go, I was just wondering, how high do you think you have to go up but you don't see the ground anymore? You just see like that misty haze? Oh, that could be an idea. Just purposely to keep going and see what sort of height you would need. There's a really good video on YouTube thinking about this sort of thing. A guy built a stairway all the way to the stratosphere and he went so high and then he couldn't breathe anymore. So then all he did, he was just parachuted all the way back to Earth, and I'm pretty sure it took him like 4 or 5 minutes to come back down again. So if you have a quick check on YouTube, it's a cool video. I love daft things like that in games. And the next floor is built. That was quick, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm getting quicker. What are we doing now? I forgot, haven't I, you fool? Okay, after a slight pause and a think about it, what I'm doing is I'm doing the rods. Is that right? Yes, I'm doing the rods to the screws, and oh, I'm in a weird, wacky mood today. I'm actually going to do the plates all on one floor. I just don't do this. What is wrong with me today? Okay, unbelievably, I think this is all wired up right. I hope it is anyway. I'm still panicking about this. The main thing was making sure I had enough ingots coming in because it's kind of split from the rods. That kind of keeps on going around to the plates. As far as my maths, I'm thinking I probably got this right. Anyway, I'm normally a simple guy. One thing comes in and one thing goes out, then we go to the next floor. Oh, I'm still panicking about this. Hopefully it'll work. Anyway, let's get to the next floor. Oh, I'm going to go for it. Right, we're going to make the rotor factory up here. And then on the same level, We're just going to make the motors. There, I've said it. That's enough. I have to calm down after this. So hopefully this shouldn't be as stressful. I'm still panicking. For the rotors, what do we need? We need the rods and the screws bringing up, so that's 2 lifts up to here. And we also need the stators to go to the motors. Is that it? Yes, that's it. So we need 3 lifts coming to this level. I can handle that. I can handle that. Right, the motor factory, it's done. Well, ish. I've now got to put windows on 2 sides and we've got to sort the roof out, so we'll quickly do that. Woo! I hope you guys appreciate the millions of dollars I spent on special effects on that little transition scene there. I know, I know. Right, here's the little power setup I did. What I can do is, at the flick of a switch, I can turn the entire factory off, but leave the hypertubes on. What do you think? It did take me a while to get the hypertube and the whole factory on a different sort of wiring circuit coming into it. Eventually I got there, and this is the solution I came up with. It's not the prettiest, but it does its job. If anybody's got a better one, please tell me or show me where to see it, and then I will go and check that out. And the view from the veranda, it's not bad, is it? I'm getting a bit of a city going over there. Look at that. And you know what? The waterfalls look amazing from here. Why does the steel factory look so small now? When we were building that was thing's massive. Now it just looks like a garden shed. Back home again. There you go. The motors are coming to the containers. So now we probably haven't got to worry about motors anymore. Getting the conveyors all the way here was a bit of a chow on. I had to raise the hypertubes up at some point. It goes via the steel factory all the way to here. But it's done now. Unless I rebuild the whole thing. Shh. We won't talk about that for now. So, next job of the day, we have to expand the power station. Yeah, we're running out of power. The big factories really draw the energy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a 4th row of generators here. So I'll take it to 48. I'm going to have to overclock the mines as well. So it's going to be a bit of an effort. Maybe a little jigging around, a bit of a redesign. But hopefully I can get there. So, easy part done. It sounds an easy part. I've just put 12 power stations down, all the pipes and all the belts for the coal. But this is where it gets tricky. You've got to get the pipes from the water extractors below. Then I've got to figure out how to get enough coal up here in the first place from the 3 mines we're already running. Yeah, that was the easy part, wasn't it? Meanwhile, in the scary basement, the weird janitor guy was sorting out the water pumps. Yeah, it's not much of a horror film, is it? I've been meaning to rejig the pumps for a while now. Now we've got tier 2 pipes. We can actually just run 6 pumps on 1 pipe. In theory you could run 5, but 6 gives you that tiny smidgen of buffer that you need. So we'll have 6 for every 12 power stations as before, but now only running on 1 pipe. I hope this is going to work. Since tier 1 pipes only ran 300 units of water a minute, tier 2s run 600. The power stations, we had to stagger them with the pipes. We had 6 power stations on 1 pipe and 6 on another. Now we can have just 1 pipe on all 12. The design will look amazing, clean, happy, OCD, it's gone away. after deleting a few pipes from the first 3 pumps, it's all wired up now, so we've got all 6 together, so hopefully we can get this wired up, get the water going, and we'll get this switched on. At the moment, the first set of generators, they're not working at all because they have no water. That's what them first 3 pumps were for. Luckily, a lot of the factories are shut down, that's on the grid, so we can afford to shut 1 set of generators down. But once everything gets going again, we should be okay for power. Oh, for Pete's sake, I'm in the lake again. I'm sick of being in here. Right, I better put some railings up. I'm sick of falling off the end. Next up, we've got to sort the miners out. Right. Each power station needs 30 units of coal. Every 12 of them, which is what I call a set, is 180. Times that by 4, it comes out at 720. 720, that's the minimum. We want more than that. I think I can overclock these and get the maximum, which is about 900. But I've got to kind of merge the belts. I just want 2 belts. Going to the factories, they have split into further 2 more belts. Each one of these can pull 420, so we should be golden here. If I can get the design figured out. Yeah, the design I kind of had in mind, it's coming together now. So one belt will supply 1 and 2 generators, and the second belt will supply 3 and 4. They're split again, like I said. We should have the height going over the pipes, so I can't see why this won't work actually. Woohoo, it works. All 12 generators are now on 1 single pipe. It looked great. And power output, yeah, that's looking good again. Right. Oh, I'm not looking forward to the next bit. We've got to basically do all 3 other sets of generators. This could take a while. Well, a few hours later, they're all wired up, single pipes, everybody. The first set of generators, it's still waiting for the coal to catch up. It's slowly getting there. I've also put some floodlights up, so it's all nice and bright. And if we go down below, I've got another surprise for you. Eagle-eye viewers will notice on the underside of the roof here, we have lights. Oh, actually, them ones are actually still on. I'll have to switch the lights off on the nighttime mode and switch them back on again, because it's the daytime, we don't need them. I've also been putting down these little capacitor batteries things. It'll store all the excess electricity we've got. They do take a while to charge up. I think it's about an hour. But funnily enough, when I was switching these generators off, I've only got 2 in base, and they kept my base alive for a good 10-15 minutes while I was messing about with the power. So they are worth it. All you have to do to get these to work, just wire them up to the mains. It's as simple as that. Then if you're running low on power, these things will start filling the gap of all the power you're short. So our power is now 3075 megawatts, and we've got, what's that, 3400 megawatts in reserve. Well, in 2 hours and 13 minutes or so we will. I told you it takes a while to charge, didn't I? Ah, I'm having coal problems, right. The first set of generators, they're not getting enough coal, so we're going to have to do a little bit of redesigning here. I've already tried doing this with a merger and it still didn't make it any better. So what I'm going to do, minus 2 and 3 on the right hand side there, they're going to go straight to a container. Then they're going to send one set to the generators and the other one's going to go to another container. Minor 1 is going to go to the second container, so it'll mix with like minus 3 and 4, then send its coal to generators 1 and 2. I'm hoping the mixing like that will actually work. Oh, I hope something works. I'm getting fed up with this coal problem. Right, I've had that working for a few minutes. It kind of seems to be working, but just not quite. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a third container further on the line before the power stations, so the belts will mix from the first lot of coal. You get where I'm coming from. Then they'll mix again, and hopefully they'll split to 50-50, and then it'll work now. Yes, the design worked. The coal is now flowing a lot more even. It's going 50-50. So power stations 4 and 2 are filling up now. Hopefully then 1 and 3 will fill up a lot quicker. Well, I'm filling them up by hand as well so they can back up quicker. And I'm just showing you a quick peek of the lights here. I think they look quite amazing, all lit up, and down below as well. I'm really happy with how this power station's turned out. This will probably be it for now. I'll just leave it alone and go and do something else. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time for some more super duper Factorio action. Bye for now.